is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi. It's Thursday, October 1st. You silly goose. Take that day off.
Boy, if you're watching the YouTube and don't listen to any other Bramble Jam podcast, there's a lot of inside material there for you.
Yeah.
Insider.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Take the Day Off, the daily
the day
podcast
off.
here on the Bramble Jam Podcast Network, where we tell you to take the day off. It's
You know
very
what
simple.
we say around here? If it's Thursday, it may as well be Friday, which may as well be the weekend, so take the day off. Why does anybody ever work Thursday?
I don't know. I don't know why you would. I don't know why we do. Oh, I know
day.
why we do. It's because we want to encourage people to take the day off. That's
right.
exactly right. We are taking one for the team, if you will. And it's a very exciting day. Oh, you okay? Oh, no.
yeah,
Oh, boy.
yeah, just down the wrong pipe.
We were talking about this the other day. Like,
We
why?
did.
Why?
Why are those pipes so
That's my
close?
first question when I get to
Yeah.
those celestial shores.
Celestial Shores.
Hey, it's National Hair Day, everybody.
Hair Day.
Hair Day. We clearly care a lot about our hair.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of people out there also care about their hair. And so what better day to care than about your hair than about
If you
on
have
hair?
no hair, can you take the day off?
I think you can, and we'll get to that in just a little
Okay.
bit. Before we do, Bramble Jam Plus is a perfect gift to kick off October.
Yeah.
It is October, and
It's October 1st. You're thinking, how do I give something to a friend today?
This is exactly, well, personally, what I do, I don't know if this is regular occurrence in everybody else's life, but I always give my friends gifts on the first of every month.
Wow. So I've not gotten a single gift from you yet.
That is right.
And I'm a little worried
well-
that we're not friends now.
We'll talk about after, but yes, gift day is today, and so if you've been thinking about
Gift day?
if you've been thinking about how to gift, the best gift is Bramble Jam Plus. It's as cheap as $5. You can actually get cheaper than $5.
Cheap at $5 a month, $50 a year.
That's exactly right. So BrambleJamPlus.com to find out all about that. You're going to get all sorts of goodies. My goodies.
Not my goodies.
That's exactly right. It is Hair Day, everybody. National Hair Day. Everybody else outside of America, sorry, your loss. This morning, I know it doesn't. If you're looking on the YouTube, it doesn't look like I do a lot, but I actually wake up at 3 a.m.
Wow. You
and
curl that
I
baby
curl.
out every
My
day.
hair is actually as flat and straight as it comes, but I prefer this type of look.
that
And so
texture.
every morning I
Yeah.
wake up and I curl. I have a fancy device that's actually made just for me. It's called the Curler 900.
Yeah.
It was created by my good friend John Curley.
John Curley.
Created
the Curler 900.
That's exactly right. It has nothing to do with what it does, everything to do with who made it. John Curley texted me this morning because he knows how early I wake up and just said, hey, man, praying for you. Here's what I read in the Word. Also, Dan knows about National Hair Day. And so I trust John Curley inherently. And so I'm going to assume that you know.
Yeah, there's a band called Harry Berry. I don't know if you've heard of Harry Berry.
Harry Berry, like Halle Berry?
Yeah, but they were a Metallica cover band.
Harry Berry.
But they replaced all the Metallica lyrics with songs about hair. They were very big into hair. And the lead singer of Harry Berry, his name was Barry. He started the band. And Barry was so big into making sure the hair was long that he started this band where they covered Metallica songs and they would headbang. It wasn't a huge success, and so Barry left to become a dairy farmer. And in the process, he raised cows and sheep. He sold all kinds of different milks and cheese. His farm was called the Harry Dairy, as it was. And because he was
Harry Dairy, gosh.
yeah, I know it wasn't the best
Come
name.
on, Bear.
Barry's Harry Dairy should have been a better name. But he petitioned his local municipality, in this case, which was in Pickens County, if you can believe it.
That would be where
the
Harry's
mayor of
Dairy
Pickens
is.
every day got a letter from Barry's Harry Dairy that said, we want a hair day. And finally,
Barry's Harry Dairy also isn't great.
it's
Barry
not getting
Harry's.
no, Harry Berry's Dairy? Is that better?
Harry Berry's.
Harry Berry's Dairy.
Dairy.
That sounds the best of those options. And then once he finally did get Hair Day, which was an important part of his legacy. That's how Hair Day was invented.
I love it, Dan. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Hey, if I were to tell you that 10th century BC, there was hair gel, would you believe it?
I would not.
Well, too bad. It's true.
Yeah, I don't know about
In ancient Egypt, people used hair gel made from a fatty substance to style their hair.
What was the fatty substance?
A fatty substance, Dan.
What was it?
It was fat. See,
Where did they get the fat from?
I don't know. It's the
Do your research.
it just says
I mean,
fatty
I'm
substance.
coming in hot here with Harry Berry Dairy, and you got nothing.
All I'm
Fatty
trying
substance?
to say is that we have cared about hair since at least the 10th century. We've been styling our hair, doing different things.
10th century BC.
10th
So
century
that's way longer.
BC.
That's right. Yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
it's unreal.
It's true, though. It's on the internet. And so we care about our hair, and so we made an entire day about it. It is October 1st. Numi, I understand your story, but is not what I'm seeing as far as Hair Day is
Interesting.
concerned. Numi, which is a hair products company, created this day for people to celebrate hairstyling tools and other hair products.
I feel like
It
this is
a-
worth a full day.
It's a
for sure.
day to experiment with your hair. I have been doing this same thing
3 a.m.
for years.
For years.
I moved
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to 3 a.m. obviously because I have this to do.
Yeah.
I used to just wake up at a normal hour and then I'd roll into work a few hours late.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. And so this is taking a long time. There has to be another way.
Yeah.
There has to be another.
We should dive in and talk about it.
We asked people yesterday about all their worst hairstyles, their worst haircuts. We're going to get to in just a second, but I do want you guys out there that are on the social medias at Take the Day Pod to send some inspiration for me.
Yeah.
What can I do? What can I do with this, Dan? What?
I would love to see it actually straightened out. I think it would be a riot.
Yeah.
To see it, it would take forever, but get a straightener and actually straighten out your hair.
Yeah.
It's got to be so stinking long.
Should I dye it? And you should dye it.
should dye it.
Should I dye it? Like maybe a gray.
Ooh, that's terrifying. I was thinking like a blue or like a pink or something.
A blue, or that's a little extra.
A little extra. Gray though,
Gray.
since your last name is Gray.
Yes.
You like a white?
Like a white.
Wow.
Like that guy from Queer Eye.
You would look so terrifying. You would look. What would you look like?
I watch Queer Eye and I'm always just like, I feel like someone nominate me. I feel like if I just had a little bit of help, I could really be with it.
If you dyed your hair white and your beard white, you would look like Marv at the end of Home Alone 2. After the paint can is on him, after he's been electrocuted, that's what you'd look like.
Yeah, no, I think it looks good. I think it looks good.
You're in for it.
Yeah, I'm in for it. Don't you think with a little bit of help I could be good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see. I wish the Queer Eye guys would come and they would just come to our office and just remodel
Oh
both
my
of
gosh.
us. We
that would
would
be brutal.
It'd be great.
It would be something.
It'd be great.
We need a lot of work.
We would need a lot of work.
I'm a grown man in a Yankees shirt.
someone,
wear to work.
someone.
I don't know
At least you're not wearing a jersey though.
It's
You're
kind of the
step
same
below.
material.
You're step below though. I feel like.
I got a few jerseys.
Yeah. But you don't wear them like out.
I have before.
Yeah. And that's fine if you do. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk about all those different hairstyles that you've had right after this here on the Take the Day
Bing,
Off.
bong. One of these days.
The week was going so well.
was so
no
well.
mistakes. Palajas were playing up. Everything was going well.
A lot of buttons over there.
It's a lot of buttons. Thank you. National Hair Day is today. Still doing what the 10th century BC ancient Egyptians did. Ancient Egyptians did, styling up their hair.
Did you ever do any other hairstyle but that one?
Yes, I did. When I was in like 5th or 6th grade, it was cool to do just the spike on the top. And
you
so
did that.
I would gel my hair down, spike up. My hair wasn't quite as curly then as well, so it wasn't like as hard to do. But that was the only period of time where I used gel in my hair on a daily basis.
I did the spike, obviously. My favorite haircut.
Like the full spike, like punk spike? Or just the...
Occasionally I would pull the full spike out, very rarely, but usually it's just the front spike. But when I was in high school, I shaved my head all 10th and 11th grade, just shaved it with a razor.
Oh, wow.
And I loved that because I'm just a low maintenance hair boy. Like I would shave my head now, but my wife is like, no, don't shave your head. your head's too big for that. So
That's fair.
That's fair. It is fair. Both of our heads are way too big. But I would shave my head if it was up to me, but I don't think I've ever done anything crazy. I think it was like 3 or 4. I got some scissors and cut a few gaps in my hair. But that's a pretty standard thing that happens. So I've not done anything super crazy. My hair used to be really dark. It's nice and gray now, but I tried to put Sun-In in my hair. Did you ever use the Sun-In product? Do you know what Sun-In is?
No, I don't know.
You sprayed it. This is old school, but you sprayed it in your hair, and if you were out in the sun, it would dye the hair a lighter color. But my hair was so dark that Sun-In just didn't work on my hair.
Yes.
So there was nothing I could do about that. My hair was very close to black. It was very dark brown.
We asked you yesterday about your worst styles. We got quite a few. We've got some pictures as well, which I'll try my best to show you. Jane said in the 1970s she had a very popular Tony Tonelli haircut.
Tony Tennille, I believe.
Tennille, is that what it is?
Tennille?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what we're going for?
She also had ridiculously large glasses. I have a picture. I'll try to show you here on the screen. That's Jane. That's Jane right there. If you're watching on YouTube, I don't think that's not that bad, Jane. I feel like if that's the worst you got, you've lived a pretty good life.
Sarah Peterson said in 7th grade, and I'm sure a lot of girls had this moment. They tried the Rachel haircut. Which was a big deal when Friends was on TV. It was only a good look on Jennifer Aniston. The rest of us should have known better, says Sarah Peterson. That's great.
Yep. Tinder Daddy says that he had a bowl cut when he was a kid, but he rocked that haircut. In college, I grew out my hair for 2 years to get a man bun. When it went long enough to put it back in a legit man bun, I looked at myself in the mirror and instantly scheduled a haircut for the next day. I looked like an idiot. There are some guys who can pull off the man bun, but I think there are a lot less than people think.
Yeah. I would say for every 10 man buns you see, maybe a half of one of them can pull it off. Genevieve says, ugh, I tried to copy the Meg Ryan "You've Got Mail" haircut after high school. It seems to be a lot of regret in trying to copy hairstyles of actors and actresses, for sure.
Tracy says that mom cut my hair in 4th grade, bangs straight across my forehead, hair to my shoulders, walked into class, and my teacher said, "Yikes, you look like a sheepdog." I'm sorry, Tracy.
Sorry.
Teachers were really mean.
Teachers are mean. I know, I was one. Andy says, I was a kid in the 80s. There were perms. So many perms. Man, the perm was quite a look. I never quite understood it, but it was a look that happened.
Yep. Jessica says, I had gotten it cut short in 2006 to anticipate our first trip to Disney, thinking it would keep me cooler. I didn't account for the wave in my hair and the Florida humidity. Bad idea. Hair's tricky with the humidity.
It's tricky like that.
It's tricky like that. Hair's tricky.
Sarah says, before Karens were Karens, I was an innocent little college freshman rocking an unironic Karen cut.
Oh, yeah. And Michelle says, growing up as a black child in the 90s, my hairstyles were as outrageous as the clothing my mother put me in. Ringlet curls with multiple cattywampus ponytails styled with different barrettes and bows and scrunchies galore, just all different types in the hair. I love that.
Can we just take a little bit of a sidebar to just let everybody know that you didn't know how to pronounce the word barrette?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Barrette. It was a stumper for Brent.
Well, it's one of those tricky words.
Barrettes?
Barrettes. I
like,
see
I'm
it.
just gonna skip
I
it.
see it now clearly. You'd be surprised how many words I skip during this segment of the show. I skip quite a few words. I think what people like the biggest thing is that there's some mullets going down in the 90s.
Yeah.
Lots of different trying to look like somebody on TV and it not working out. Dan, if you could have any celebrity's hairstyle, who would it be?
Yeah, I think a Jason Statham, Bruce Willis, like just shave.
Yeah.
That's what I would like.
I want to look like Clooney.
You want that Clooney cut?
I want that Clooney cut, the gray.
You've had curly hair your whole life, and it's just weighing on you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's heavy.
It is.
It's heavy.
You could cut your hair shorter.
I could. I have.
Yeah,
I might.
you have.
I might.
Yeah.
We did it, everybody. Congratulations.
We did it.
Another day, another Thursday
Another dollar.
in the books, and another month is here. Happy October.
Wow,
everybody.
happy
Can you believe
October.
it? Can you believe
Happy
it?
fall.
That's exactly right. Tomorrow, we're Fridaying it up with this question. What is your car's name?
Oh.
And how'd you name it? We're going to get to that tomorrow. We're going to leave you with a Palaha coup from our good friend Chris Palaha, who is, rumor has it, in a movie with Wonder Woman.
That movie does not exist. There was a Wonder Woman that was made years ago.
Yeah.
And they announced a sequel, but they never made the sequel, right?
I am beginning to lean that direction. They keep pushing it back. We'll see if it ever comes to be, and we'll see what happens. Here's the Palaha coup. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, how about you guys go ahead and take that day off?
Thunderclouds roll in, the heat gives way to wetness. We sigh, sweet relief. Have a great day, everyone.
Boy, he said wetness, and I did not like that one bit.
I liked it.
Oh, come with Stan Ninjas.
Hey,
It's Rick Dilby here.
Trace here.
Yeah, we're here to tell you that Take the Day Off is a mediocre podcast from the Mediocre Network, Bramble Jam Podcast Network.
That's right.
Sometimes you listen because you don't have another choice. That's the
right.
motto.
That's right.
It's produced by Brandon Dan.
Why don't they have choices?
I don't know.
Are they being
But-
held captive? Are they taken?
It's a monopoly.
What?
Park Place.
Ooh, remember McDonald's?
Shoes.